What's up, guys? We got a video for you today. Playing a little 9-hole playoff against my buddy Mike. This first hole right here, it just goes right around that corner, probably about 325. I got a good forehand through there, skipped through some trees, and I thought it was bad. It ended up being really good. Mike goes for a little ante shot. He probably gets it not as far right as he would like, but it worked out well. Mike's a super nice guy. He didn't want to make a video with me. I'm thankful he was able to come out there and make a video with me, but he just about makes one from 60 feet out right there. I gave that a bid, but really didn't put it close, and we both tapped in for par on the first hole. I'd like to say this was a pretty close round. Yeah, it was pretty easy tapping for both of us. I got this one probably about 250, 260 over there to the right. I usually throw a forehand here, but decided to try out a little buzz, and I got a good rip on it. Just died out a little too early for me. I think Mike steps up to throw a zombie here, which is personally a disc I've never tried. I would like to, though. And he throws it really good, and we both thought this was going to find some change. It landed right behind it. It was very close. Should be easy birdie putt there, but you know me, we love to miss easy birdie putts. And Mike goes in to go down 1 under, and I am at even. Going in our second hole here, it's a pretty tight gap. There's 3 different routes you really could take, but right down the middle is the one I usually take. Mike with a little bit of a different approach at it, which I kind of like, but I don't really have the disc to make that happen. So I decided to take my PA5 and just go right up the middle. Got a good pull through there. Not exactly where I wanted to be. I wanted to ante out a little bit, but it didn't. I'm just tap this in for birdie. But you know me, so let's see. Sure enough, a little low. So going in the third hole, I'm par and Mike's down 2. You can go right between the trees or try to go right of them and hyzer back, or you can even go straight through the middle, but it's a very low ceiling, so it's tough. I try to go for the middle gap. I put it pretty good. I was happy with the shot.
Good putt.
Mike taps in for another birdie to go 3 down. And I tap him. So it's 3 down for Mike, 1 down for me. This hole is probably one of the longest holes we'll play on the video. Mike throws a little ante shot, tries to get it to come back. I think he turned it over a little more than he wanted to. I take a forehand here. It's usually not the shot I go for. I try to do a little turnover play like Mike did, but I was feeling pretty comfortable with my forehand today. I got a pretty good rip on it, probably one of my further forehands that I've ever thrown. I got lucky and skipped over a tree branch. Mike pulls one here and hits off the pin from, I'd probably say 115. That was a pretty exciting shot. I wish it would have dropped, but I know Mike was really ecstatic about it, and I give it a horrific bid, so I don't birdie. We both have pretty easy tap-ins for par on one of the harder holes on the course. This hole goes over a creek, so it's a little bit scary. It's pretty tough to get down there if you do end up down there, and if you're in the water, it's considered OB, so that's not where you want to be. Mike looks like he's going to try a little ante shot. I think the forehand's the play here, but hey, what do I know? He just quite doesn't go far enough and catches the limb, threw it a little high, and he goes down. I don't think he's in the creek, but he is on the side. So he's going to have to try to crawl down there for sure. I flick a forehand. I wish I'd have put it out a little more, but went right over the basket. Mike takes a safe play there. Should be able to tap in for par. And I hit a birdie putt. Look at that. That's nice. That's rare for me. And Mike did have to crawl down in the creek, but he wasn't actually in the water. He was just on the side, so he got to play from a safe position up top. But he loses a disc later in the round,
Got it,
and I
Mike.
walked away for a second, and poor Mike slipped all the way down and busted his tail in the water. But he got in and out of this creek safely.
Yeah.
It was nice to see for sure. This hole here just goes back behind those trees. It's pretty hard forehand. If you honestly, the flex play is the play. I've been not flexing my Firebird out enough for this shot, but let's see what I can do here. Just didn't quite flex it out enough. I liked the shot.
Terrible kick.
Just hit a tree
Terrible.
a little early. If I'd have been a little more left, it would have been about perfect. But Mike steps up here, and I'm pretty sure he tries more of a little flip line with a mid-range. And he just pulls it way too far right. And down in the creek he goes. This is the hole I walked away, and when I came back, he was crawling to the creek. But he took a drop, went out, and ended up bogeying this hole. I gave this jump putt a good bid and hit the pole. So at this point, we're both 2 down coming into this hole. We got 2 more holes left. This is the first time I've thrown this disc on this hole. It's the Discraft Vulture. Gave her a good pull and just hit all types of trees. I'm not really sure what was going on there, but it like hit a tree and popped up and hit another tree and went left, and it actually gave me a putt. I want to say Mike has the zombie back out and gives it a really good pull and puts it down there and puts it close. But somehow we end up around the same spot after my tree hits. It just bounced all over the place. Mike gives it a decent run from where he was. He didn't really have an angle, so he just had to hope for the best. I gave mine a decent run, and we both step up to hit the par for that hole. So going into the final hole, we're all tied up. This is the last hole here. Mike's at 3 under. I'm at 2 under. It's a tough hole for me recently. I don't know why. It's just a straight shot with an elevated basket. And I pull it straight through the line here, throwing a buzz that I just got. Probably should have stepped up with something I was a little more confident with. Pull it.
Got a putt.
Hit an early tree. Wasn't happy with where I was at.
See if I can throw the zombie straight again.
So Mike can step up and take the win here. He had to get some dirt on his hands. It was hot out that day. We were both worn out by this point. And Mike pulls it over a little bit, hits a tree, and goes down in a ditch. Has a really good out and puts it close.
It's a pretty good shot there.
I've got a putt here to win it. And missed it pretty badly, and I think I took a gash out of my new Brody putters. My new Roaches, brand new. Big old gash out of them up against the tree limb. And for the win, Mike hits a good putt.